Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it seems that San Francisco has taken a deep dive, a great fall, if you will. And it also seems that San Francisco, one lady in particular, is going absolutely insane over, begging for more police. Except this very same person, has come out and begging for police, even though she has been wanting to defund police. Defund them. Yeah. I know, it's kind of hard to understand, really. That's the reason why this video and the actual more information that you'll see will kind of show it to light exactly what I'm talking about. Take a look.
Officers in the Mission District, I've been begging this department to give the Mission what it deserves in terms of police presence all year long. And I have been told time and time and time and time again, there are no officers that we can send to Mission. It hurts, and I feel betrayed by the department. I feel betrayed by the mayor. I feel betrayed by the priorities of this city. It is not this Board of Supervisors' priorities. We want our residents safe. We don't want our residents getting shot, getting assaulted, getting killed, because in the Mission, Chief, it's not theft. In the Mission, people are getting shot and killed. In the Mission, people are getting beat up. In the Mission, people are dying.
So yeah, stupidity has stricken this person when she actively called for all the mayhem and the destruction that she is so far fighting up against. You are not taking accountability, woman, which is what I think a majority of women do. They just never take accountability for the issues that they caused, for the things that they fought for, because it makes them look stupid. Well, lady, you look stupid, because people voted for you, unfortunately, and people were going with your ideas that to defund the police, and now you have this problem. It's actually hilarious in every way possible. And now, since things are bad and poverty threatening you in a lot of places, you're not going to go against it, the very same thing that you've been fighting against. And as I said before, just recently, you are not taking accountability, because what you're doing is that you're blaming other people for things that you were advocating for, instead of saying like, oh, well, it's my fault, I wanted this, and I have to take accountability and try to fix things. No, you blame other people. Because there's no way that you can blame anybody else. Yeah, it was their fault, but you were also advocating for it. You were actually in board meetings and talking to people for this stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? So yeah, we have San Francisco Supervisor Hillary Ronen begs for more police in her district after voting to fund 2020. San Francisco District Supervisor is calling for more policing in the crime-ridden city despite advocating to defund police in 2020. Hillary Ronen, a Democrat, represents District 9 of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors during a Budget and Appropriations Committee meeting on Wednesday. She made an impassioned plea to add more officers to the Mission District, which she represents. Ronen was attacking San Francisco's police chief for spending a large amount of overtime on an anti-retail theft program instead of prioritizing police presence in her district. I've been begging this department to give the Mission what it deserves in terms of police presence all year long, Ronen said. And I have been told time and time again there are no officers that we can send to Mission, which you advocated for. It hurts, and I feel betrayed by the department, blah, 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 blah. So everything that she said previously before. And we see here that, in this report, that she is the one that's been advocating for it. Now, guys, since you guys don't seem to be realizing what the state of Democratic policies have been doing, what this Democratic person has done and said, and the mere fact that you're going to see is, since you probably, it can't possibly be that bad, well, here's all the policies and the issues and the mayhem that the Democratic policies have created in San Francisco. I've even told when my one friend visited here not too long ago, it's like, oh, you don't want to go to San Francisco because you have a very high likely chance of your car being broken into and stolen stuff. Luckily, in Sacramento, we don't have that huge amount of problem, but in San Francisco, you do. Well, take a look at the complete decay and destruction of not just San Francisco, but Oakland. It's a doozy, folks, and you're gonna love to see it. I mean, if you're a Democrat, that is, because you voted for it.
Right now. Get the out. The It's never good. The Oh, hell no. Hell no. What the
Okay guys, welcome to Oakland, California. First one. Second one.
We were told it would be best not to rent a car because of there was a lot of break-ins. Like if they see a purse, something small, anything, they will break the window and grab it and go.
Well, that tourist took the advice. Others are not so lucky, as we've seen over and over again.
Witnesses caught this smash and grab involving a black Mercedes near Pier 39 in late October. The victim, who was visiting from Miami, told me he and his friend lost $8,000 worth of photography and hiking gear.
Armed robbers targeted 2 photographers at San Francisco's Palace of Fine Arts. One victim from Dallas was shooting engagement photos on Wednesday. You can see he was attacked and pistol whipped. He wrestled his gear away from the suspect and told me he will never shoot at the popular tourist destination again. I also spoke to another photographer from the Bay Area who witnessed another photographer be robbed at gunpoint the same day at the Palace of Fine Arts. Here you see a suspect run away with a gear bag. Both incidents were reported to SFPD.
Twin Peaks is one of San Francisco's highest points and is often filled with people taking advantage of its scenic view of downtown. However, at the site on Friday, a film crew was robbed at gunpoint. The San Francisco police told NTD that 4 men armed with a handgun reportedly approached the film crew, stole their property, and fled in a vehicle.
Okay. Let it go. Let it go, man. Oh, man, let that shit alone.
Yeah, so that's the complete decay of San Francisco and how that's gone and how all the policies have actively caused the great fall of it. Of course, they got rid of their woke DA, but that doesn't really mean much when you're still advocating for all this woke BS that is destroying your city. Well, here's another thing as well. Considering that that crazy lady advocated for it and is now down taking accountability for herself, there's also what's been going on here with the San Francisco police crisis and all that great stuff, which, by the way, she advocated for. Take a look at this.
Documented and unqualified officers to make up for its staffing shortage. 45 of officers with the San Francisco Police Department were flagged for missing information. This includes fingerprints, proof of citizenship, graduation records, and incomplete psych exams and background checks. Former San Francisco police officer Joel Aylworth joins us now. Joel, I have a question before we dig into any of this, but how is this legal?
Exactly. How is it legal? I was just talking with someone else before, just yesterday, and I was never allowed these things. I mean, the background process is very intense. It's about a 6 month to a year process. I mean, how does someone just, I don't know how the psych eval got lost. Like, that's impossible because that person has to tell your background investigator before you can go on. So how any of this is even possible, I have no idea.
So you worked at the academy with the new recruits, the would-be police officers. So did you see a decline in the type of officer that wanted to be with the police department? Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, we would see it all the time. In the training staff, we were being told, too, we had to lower the standards. And so if you look across the board, I mean, anybody from the range staff, you know, where you have to fire your weapon, or even driving, EVOC, they were told to change their times. We were changing the standards in push-ups, like, you know, we're not getting a lot of women. Let's change the push-up standards so that more women can get involved. Not that not having more women is not a good thing, but the point being the standards were consistently being lowered. And at the academy, when I first got hired in 2013, we were running academies, 5 academies a year with 50 plus applicants. Now they are lucky to run 3 a year with filling that academy with 20 applicants, and the applicants they're getting are absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're lowering the standards for physical fitness, the mental fitness, that's not good for police officers. How long had you started to see this decline for?
At least over the last 5 years, I would say. And you have to remember, I mean, this is the same department that fired myself and many others for being unvaxxed. They lost about 40 to 80 officers who were over 5+ years. Right now, the department has probably 90% of them are 2 to 3 years on. So it's a very junior force. And they lost a good amount of us that were veteran cops, that were FTOs, that were training others in the department, and they lost that for some ridiculous mandates. And now you see people like Ronen backtracking and saying, it's funny because these politicians, they all wear masks, and so they forget what mask they were wearing 2 to 3 years ago, and now they're...
So yeah, at the end of the day, when you vote Democrat, in this specific instance, you vote for policies that actively want to destroy your city. Why? Because I've shown you all the evidence of what's been happening in San Francisco after they voted for all these Democratic policies or Democratic politicians. And then now you have some of the Democrats now coming out and crying about it after they were the very same ones pretty much going against it. That were going against it. So yeah, it can't be helped. So now they want to change their figure. I mean, I'm glad that they're finally advocating it. They're seeing the issues of their place, but they're now become hypocrites. They are the sole reasons why they are doing it. And you know what? I may feel a bit better about them, you know, changing their tune or what have you, if they just end up blaming themselves for the policies that you're trying to enforce. But of course, they don't do that. Instead, they try to go and blame other people, blame the board, or blame what have you about the things that they have actually advocated for, and never taking any accountability for their actions. It's amazing, really. It's like they can't seem to be shown that they can do any wrong. When I mess up, I try to take blame for it, because it's my fault that I did it. These people, however, don't do that. They're playing you for a fool, and they're destroying your city and your lives. I think it's time to think different. Well, alright guys, that's it for the video. If you like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.